Are you struggling with low back pain or stiffness? Maybe it's difficult for you to get up and out of bed in the morning. Today I'm going to show you 4 different beginner strength exercises that may help reduce or prevent SI joint pain and stiffness. Exercise number 1 is a glute bridge. For this exercise, you'll want to lay on your back with your heels pulled in towards your glutes. You slowly lift your hips off the ground, squeezing your glutes to come up to the top, pausing for a second at the top before lowering your hips back down towards the ground. While you perform this movement, you also want to feel like your abs are engaged throughout, especially at the top of the movement. What you don't want to feel through this movement is any low back pain or pinching. For our second exercise, we're going to be switching over onto our right side for a modified side bridge. While I'm doing this movement, you'll notice that my elbow is stacked under my shoulder and that I'm lifting my hips up off the ground. This is an exercise that you'll likely feel in through the side of your core. You want to try to create a straight line from the top of your head down to your kneecaps. Repeat the same exercise on the opposite side, ensuring that you stack your elbow underneath your lower shoulder as well. During this exercise, I want you to hold the top position for 1 second before returning back down to the starting position. The third exercise is a clamshell. For the setup of this exercise, you want your heels, your hips, and your torso to all be in line with your knees placed at an angle in front of your body. You're going to keep your hips and your shoulders facing forward, not allowing them to roll, as you lift your knee up and out. With this exercise, you'll feel the activation in through your hips and your glutes on that top leg side. You'll then want to repeat the amount of repetitions on the opposite side with the same setup. You might notice that one hip moves better than the other, and that's perfectly normal. May just be something that you want to work on in the future. This is an exercise that you can also progress with a band up and around the top of your knees if you want as well, just for that extra bit of resistance. For our last exercise of this circuit, we're going to get into a quadruped position with your hands stacked under your shoulders and your knees stacked under your hips. You'll notice that my back stays nice and flat throughout the entire movement and that I'm trying to really isolate the movement only in through my hip just to get that bit of hip extension. This helps to keep the movement activating my glutes and not any of the muscles in through my back. For this exercise, you'll want to repeat 5 to 10 repetitions on one side before repeating on the opposite side.